Hey y'all, this is Elle the Madame, and this is going to be another thoughts post. And this one is going to be about random things that have been going on in the news. So recently, we heard about Kevin Hart being in this horrific crash. And actually, I have heard more than anything that he was in the vehicle with some identified woman, and he actually ended up having to get emergency back surgery done, and that has now been over. TMZ caught up with his wife to ask, how is he doing? Is everything going okay? Now that he's awake, is he like joking around or what? I don't know if her demeanor is suggesting that all these reports went out and said another woman was in the car that wasn't her, and so she tied in her spirit because he got hit cheating again or what. But almost everything that I have seen, read, heard has been about some identified woman who was not his wife was in the vehicle with him. I don't know if y'all saw the pictures of the wreckage, but it is amazing that he was able to walk away alive. I heard that everybody survived, but it was a terrible accident, and he had to get back surgery. So he's out of surgery now, and his wife is looking like she ain't here for nothing. And I mean, I understand, like, if you're going through something, you don't want to be bothered, but I cannot gauge as to whether or not her behavior is because she is in her feelings because of him being in the accident and almost losing his life, or if it's because he has been out here cheating again. Because y'all know he got caught up in a cheating scandal again. This has happened before. This was not new. And, I'm just saying, it seems as though that's what's going on again from what I've heard. I've only heard of like one or two places trying to say, well, the woman was his wife, but I don't know. I don't think so. I think it was some other random woman. If it was, that is crazy. On top of all of this, it's already bad enough you out here doing dirt. You done got into some terrible accident, almost got killed, and you cheating on top of that. So yeah. So I don't know if y'all heard. Yesterday or the day before yesterday, the Shade Room is where I saw it first, and then I started looking into other places to see if, what was going on, and I went to his actual page. Malik Yoba said something on his Twitter, Instagram, or whatever it was. He reposted a video of some guy who had been getting heckled, joked on, all this other stuff, because he said, yeah, I have sex with trannies. That's what the guy said. That ain't my words. That's what the guy said in the video. So he was like, it's sad that people are being treated like this and they can't like what they like. And he actually said something about how he basically likes that too. And so people have been looking like, what you mean? Like, I don't know. But he said that he here for it. And a lot of women mainly are in their feelings, and they're like, wow. I had a friend to tell me that she has to reevaluate her feelings about him because she would have never thought that he liked trans women. So yeah, a lot of people have just been reading him down, talking about he likes, certain things to happen or for himself to do certain things or whatever, because trans women were born male and all that. So yeah, I don't know how I really feel about that. I've always felt like Malik Yoba was very fine, and to me, he looks better with time, but that's about it. He ain't never been somebody that I was a stand for. But yeah, a lot of people are really deep off in their feelings because of that. So y'all let me know down in the comment section what you think about that. And I do agree with one of the trans people that I actually do follow, who has an amazing following. She's everything. T.S. Madison, I love her. And one of her guests, and I think she herself has actually said it before, they both said something along the lines of a lot of men, they feel stifled. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. They feel stifled in their sexual lives because they feel like they can't do everything they want to do. And that's why a lot of times they seek out trans women or other men in general and get other things done because their wives, girlfriends, fiancés, whoever aren't providing that sexual need for them. And they just feel like if the person that they were with was more open about sexuality in general, then they wouldn't have to worry about their men specifically stepping out on them and then ending up finding out that they're with some trans person. So I don't know. I just know that if I were in any type of a situation and then the sex was somehow a part of the issue, I would not want to say, okay, I got to start pegging my man because he wants anal pleasure. I don't want to have to, that's something that I'm not appealed by. That doesn't appeal to me. So yeah, I know that's something that I would not be into. And I know that there are other aspects of sex, but I'm just saying, like, just as far as that one thing, I would not be here for that. You know, I just would not be here to peg my man, even though I know that there are so many, I can't think of the word, but in the anus, there are a lot of, why is science failing me right now? Why is biology, science, all that failing me right now? Y'all know what it is. I don't know what the word is right now. But anyway, it's a feeling that you have, and it's like very, 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 very sensitive for men and women in the anus. So yeah. So it makes sense for some guys to want a finger there, a toy there, an actual real life penis there. I get it, but I would not want to be with someone who desires that particular act. So yeah, let's move right on along because this is about to get uncomfortable, I suppose, if I continue to go on long with this. So I wonder what's going on because Magic Johnson's yacht, I wanted to make sure I said the right word. His yacht got like towed away. Like, I don't know what's going on with that, but a lot of people who are like in the industry, they're like kind of shocked that this is happening. He has like money everywhere. He has all kinds of businesses. I understand that something happened with, was it football? Whatever his contract was with football, some agency or something happened where that relationship is now over because his name was attached to it in some way. That just happened like a couple of months ago. Whatever that was. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all let me know down in the comment section because I can't think of it right now. But yeah, people are... I don't know. Unless that was wrong. But I could have swore that somebody said that it got towed away. Anyway, it don't matter. Y'all, what is going on? Did y'all hear that Greg Mathis spit in the face of like a waiter, a valet, or somebody? And yeah, he about to go to court or whatever because of that. Like, I was like, what in the world is these people doing for y'all to do that? Like, I can't. Oh my gosh, I cannot. So I don't know how true this is, but I heard that R. Kelly's girlfriends are scrambling to try to raise money in order for R. Kelly to get the lawyers or something dealing with legal fees, you know, paid for him. I did hear like a couple of weeks ago that they were trying their best to get one of Michael Jackson's lawyers that he had back in the day, because we all know Johnny Cochran ain't here, so a lot of people ain't been able to get off because of that. But he was amazing at what he did. I'm just saying, a lot of people got off and they were very much so guilty. Anyway, so they're supposedly getting crafty and trying to raise funds to get his legal stuff squared away. And I'm just like, y'all doing the most. Don't nobody have time. So y'all know that Hurricane Dorian has changed courses like once or twice. And last I heard, he was supposed to be turning towards the Carolinas. It was supposed to be, Florida was going to be bracing to be hit hard. I heard last night the Bahamas, it was going to be just kind of looming over the Bahamas. So I don't know what's going to go on with that. But y'all, tell me why last night here, I'm in Virginia, right? Virginia. Like nothing so far from what I've heard has hit the Carolinas. I don't even know if Florida really got hit like that yet. So, you know, we're quite a few states up from there, right? Okay, so it started raining out of nowhere for like less than 5 minutes. Okay, and I was like, what in the world is that noise? And I was like, oh, it's raining. So I looked at my little weather app and I was like, okay, that's random. Then, like maybe 10, 15 minutes later, the electricity went out and I was just like, why? And so like it went off for like a minute and came back on. Then it went off again like 10 minutes later and then it came back on. Then randomly, like around 12, it went off and stayed off for I don't know how long because I was just like, what in the world? Luckily for the people who are in this facility up the street, they have a backup generator, excuse me. So, you know, of course the patients were fine. It is hot, don't nobody have time. Even though it feels better at nighttime, we're, you know, getting around that time of the year where it does feel better. So that is the saving grace for a lot of us. But I'm just like, it's too hot for all this still. It is not fall yet and it's not wintertime. And don't nobody need for the electricity to go off in the summertime or in the wintertime. And I hate that. And it seems like that's the only time the electricity decides that it wants to go off. And it's crazy to me because nothing has happened. There was no reason for the electricity to go out. Like, I don't understand. And I was asking people if they knew, and they were just like, I don't know. I don't think a pole was hit. Like, nothing was going on. And like, it was completely out on the whole block except for that facility that's right up the street from me. But I was all right. It wasn't that bad. It feels amazing at nighttime. And I didn't really want any windows or anything open like that, so I didn't do that. But yeah, so hopefully the people who have to be in the path of this storm system will be okay. I don't know what is going on. Like, it's just like, it seems like as soon as the weather is about to change, the season is about to change, like a month before, stuff starts really happening. So hopefully everybody will be okay. Okay, y'all, so tell me why every time I look up, somewhere in Texas, there is a mass shooting. And I'm just like, why? What is wrong with everybody? Like, what is going on in Texas? Like, why? So there has been yet another mass shooting. First time I heard something about it, it said one person was killed and others were wounded at some school football game or something. Then out of nowhere, it said 5 people have been confirmed dead within 45 minutes after that. So I'm like, why? What's really going on? Y'all, there is a connection back home to something that made nationwide news, and I'm tired of my spirit. So I'm pretty sure that some of y'all have probably saw on the news where there was this guy in Virginia who was running around naked, and then he ran up to this one guy and choked him a little bit. And they had like this random officer chasing him around, even though there were other people who were state troopers and sheriff's deputies or whatever else all around, but they had just one person chasing him. So then after he ran around for a little while completely naked, they ended up eventually like blocking off the street. He ran towards the cars, and then other people started to gather and eventually take him down. Well, nobody knew that before all that happened, he had gone on a killing spree and killed, who was it, his sister, a child, and other people. But the connection back home is her husband is a Biscuits baseball player. That's a team back home where I live in Montgomery. And he was trying to make a name for himself playing in that league so that he can eventually become somebody that's notable and go to the major leagues. So now he got to deal with this. His wife dead. his child did. I'm just like, what in the world? And because somebody asked me like the day after it happened, they was like, did you see that man running around naked? I was like, no. Like, what in the world? For some reason, it didn't come up on my news feed, and I try not to sit at the house and watch the news. So if I don't see it pop up on my news feed randomly, or if somebody don't tell me as it's happening and be like, girl, look at this, go to the website and look at this or something like that, I don't know what's happening. So I had no idea, and that is just tragic. And I am just so like disgusted with the state of humanity right now. It's just like, you have no regard for human life. Like, this is just ridiculous to me. I don't understand why people are running around here doing stupid stuff like this. It just makes no sense to me. Like, what was the point of you doing that? And he was like, is he like 17 or something? Like, not that it matters, but anyway, I'm just saying, I'm just like, oh my gosh. Now, had this been, I'm just act like you got some sense. And, you know, just use your sense, use your mind, use what has actually happened in life. Even in recent times, had this been a black person, he would have been shot and killed and surrounded and everything else. Probably before he even got a chance to start running around naked and run up to somebody and choke him. They would have been killed him. That would have been the end of the story. He wouldn't have been able to skip around to see another day and all this other stuff. Like, I'm just like, I don't understand this. That always trips me out. There are way more cases where people did all this crap, and unless they killed themselves, they were safely tucked away and driven off to a cell to be by themselves. But if they were black, most of the time, they were taken somewhere and killed if they were taken into custody, or they were killed on the spot. It's just all kinds of crazy stuff. Killed when nothing was even happening at all. Like, y'all know a lot of this stuff is just trifling for no reason. And I just hate that happened. That makes absolutely no sense that these people are doing this stupid stuff. I just wish people would stop. It's just, ugh. So I guess the last thing I want to discuss is I actually paused the show I was watching, which is Undisputed. And y'all know that is a sports talk show that comes on daily with Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless. There are a lot of people who might have just heard me say that and don't know who I'm talking about. But if you are on Facebook, Instagram, or any of that, you have probably seen a meme talking about Skip. Because Shannon Sharp will say Skip with in a heartbeat, and he'd be like, Skip. And then they'll make a meme about him saying that, or him just doing it. He's that black guy that you see just shaking his head like, in the GIFs. And like, they made so many memes out of him. And they did a Uno Skip thing for him and all that. Anyway, I enjoyed the commentary this morning when it got to them talking about the Alabama game that happened Saturday, because of course we won. We played against Duke. Duke sucks. I mean, I feel like they are beyond overrated in every capacity. Their program, as far as school is concerned, that's great. But, you know, sports, stop. I'm just tired. Anyway, a lot of conversations are surrounding Tua and Jalen Hurts. Jalen apparently felt underappreciated when he was at Alabama, and he transferred, and now he's playing for the Sooners, and he just made his debut Saturday as well, I think. And he ran like 500 and something yards, and when they interviewed him, he was like, well, we got to get better. And I'm like, okay, I don't even know if they won or not. I didn't care about watching it. My mom and them watched it. They are all Auburn fans. I'm not. I'm an Alabama fan. I don't care about Auburn like that. They barely won their game. That's what I do know. Because I was like, I bet they played somebody. Let's see if they lost. And they barely won. We blew ours out of the water, even though it was kind of slow at the beginning. But yeah, I don't know. A lot of people are saying that he's going to prove Nick Saban wrong and should have kept him and they should have utilized him and all that. Like, I get all that, but at the same time, I mean, You see how many championships he's brought to Alabama since he's been the coach. I'm just saying. Bear Bryant is no longer with us. We had several before he passed away. I'm just saying, these two men have been, under their leadership, all kinds of things have been popping off. So I just feel like people need to put some respect on his name and respect his gangster and move on. Just stop being in your feelings about it. Just get with the program. You see what's going on. It just is what it is. Move on. He ain't on the team no more, so whatever. He good for you. Do what you gonna do over there. Hopefully, you can get the shine that you feel like you weren't getting when you were playing for Alabama. Good for you. Do what you do. Anyway, my team won. That's all I really care about, y'all. I'm not trying to be dismissive. If it ain't my team, I don't really care all that often. When I somewhat care, it's because I am laughing hilariously and very hysterically at what has happened. Anyway, I hope y'all have a good one, and I'll talk to y'all next time. Bye.